What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Monday, May 1st. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 6-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. I like Jose Berrios. Pitching against the Boston Red Sox, Jose Berrios giving up a .725 OPS versus lefties, a .519 OPS versus righties, facing 6 lefties and 3 righties. But I like this pick because the Red Sox have only hit 14 of his last 64 pitches. That's a .219 batting average. He's 8,800 FanDuel salary, 500 less on DraftKings. He's averaging 30 fantasy points per game on the season, has an ERA of 4.71, which is not great. He's got a record of 2-3, pitching an average of 83 pitches per game, but he does have some upside. He scored 58 fantasy points in his last game, and he does seem to pitch well here versus the Red Sox. Just a couple of bats he's got to avoid here tonight. Now, Vegas does think that there's going to be 10 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under, so I would be a little cautious about that. But I still like Jose Berrios here versus the Boston Red Sox. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. Here's a value play. Take a look at Matt Carpenter with a 47% batting advantage over Luke Weaver. Matt Carpenter batting 16% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .902 OPS versus righties. Luke Weaver, he's pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, 31% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.539 OPS versus lefties. Now, there's no at-bats versus Weaver yet. Matt Carpenter, 2,700 FanDuel salary, 100 less on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, but he scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He's got a 19 and a 45 in there. So lowest score in the last 5 games was a 6. He has a batting average of .250. So I like Matt Carpenter here versus Luke Weaver. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Bryson Scott. I say that name wrong every time. It's Bryson Stott. Not Byron Scott, it's Bryson Stott. He's got a 50% batting advantage over Tony Gonzalez. Bryson Stott batting 30% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .806 OPS versus righties. Tony Gonzalez, he's pitching his worst ball versus lefties, giving up a .667 OPS versus lefties. Now, Bryson Stott is 0 for 2 here versus Gonzalez, but he's only 2,900 FanDuel salary, 1,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, and he has a batting average of .317, so I like Bryson Stott here versus Tony Gonzalez. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Nick Senzel. He's got a 39% batting advantage here over Blake Snell. Nick Senzel batting 25% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .867 OPS versus lefties. Blake Snell pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .974 OPS versus righties. Now there's no at-bats versus Snell, and Nick Senzel is $3,000 FanDuel salary, $500 less on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. Some monster scores here: a 19, a 34, a 32, a 25. Lowest score was a 9, so he is on absolute fire. Has a batting average of .278. So I like Nick Senzel here versus Blake Snell. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. So a couple of stud shortstops that I like: Fernando Tatis Jr. and Bo Bichette. So I think I prefer Fernando Tatis Jr. just a little bit here. He's got a nice batting advantage over Luke Weaver. Fernando Tatis Jr. batting 41% better versus righty pitchers. Luke Weaver giving up a 1.057 OPS versus righties. And Fernando Tatis Jr. already 4 for 10 here versus Weaver with a 1.4 OPS. Has a home run, a triple, a double, and a single. So he's run the cycle here on Weaver. And he's $3,700 FanDuel salary, $2,300 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, has a batting average of .268. So I like Fernando Tatis Jr. here versus Luke Weaver. Okay, moving on to the outfield position, I like Mookie Betts with a 38% batting advantage over Taijuan Walker. Mookie Betts batting 18% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .798 OPS versus righties. Taijuan Walker, he is pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 20% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .803 OPS versus righties. But I like this pick because Mookie Betts is 5 for 10 here versus Walker, batting .500 with a 1.183 OPS. He's $3,800 FanDuel salary, $1,500 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. Now, he only has a batting average of .235, but I like the batter versus pitcher matchup here. So I like Mookie Betts here versus Taijuan Walker. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.